Hey there, my name is Amir and I've just for the third year in a row launched a campaign to raise funds for Engineers Without Borders Canada. EWB is an organization that I'm extremely passionate about and who I've invested a lot of time and energy over the last 3.5 years into. So with this video, I wanted to do two things. I wanted to share some of that passion with you and tell you why I'm actually spending so much time with EWB. And then secondly, I wanted to make a case for why I think you should invest in EWB. So first off, I want to tell you a story. I was working in Ghana last year, in a small district called Saboba, of 63,000 people. In Saboba, I met a man named Yusuf, who became a really good friend of mine. Yusuf is a 27-year-old guy, who used to run an egg and bread stand, kind of a breakfast stand on the roadside, which is on my way from my village in Boisbon to the town of Saboba where I worked. So every morning on the way to work and every evening on the way back, I stopped by Yusuf's egg and bread stand and we'd chat for a while. So we became pretty close. Now, why was Yusuf running an egg and bread stand? Well, he was saving up to put his 2 kids through school, as well as to put himself through school. Because Yusuf hadn't quite finished high school yet. Because when Yusuf was in high school, now keep in mind he's 27, he was taught math by volunteers, meaning like local volunteers from the communities, because the school could not afford to or did not have incentives to draw teachers into its staff. So because he wasn't taught math and it wasn't his strong suit, when it came to writing the final exam, he failed. 2 years after that, he rewrote the final exam. He failed. 3 years after that, he rewrote the final exam and he failed. And every time he writes it, he has to spend about 300 Ghana cedis, which is $240 Canadian. And that's a lot of money. So slowly, with his egg and bread business, which takes him across Ghana to pick up eggs, and Ghana is a long distance if you don't have good roads. He has to travel across the country, pick up eggs, pick up bread, and that's his supply chain because that's the only way he can make a profit is buying it from different cities. But he's trying. He's putting food on the table for his family. He's putting his kids through school, and he's saving up to rewrite the exam again because he is determined for a better future for himself. But it's hard. He has to make a lot of trade-offs in his life. And why am I telling you this? Because Yusuf to me represents a much more realistic picture of the situation that's faced by people in developing countries, by people who are living in poverty. There are millions of people across sub-Saharan Africa that are being held back from achieving what they want in life, from the basic human needs and basic human dignity. There are problems with water and sanitation, there's problems with education, there's problems with business, there's problems with healthcare. And these problems are very real. So now I'm going to go on to tell you why I think you should invest in EWB. It's because EWB recognizes that these problems are not simple. They are not simple and they cannot be tackled by simple solutions. I draw my passion from EWB's approach to creatively and pragmatically tackle these problems at the institutional level. Let me kind of give you an example. Let's think about someone like Yusuf. Yusuf doesn't need goats. Yusuf needs institutions and systems to allow him to do business, to engage in economies, to get a job. Yusuf doesn't need a school building. Yusuf needs his government to consistently provide public education. Yusuf needs systems to allow him to access post-secondary education or opportunities to use his skills and become better at what he's doing. And those are much deeper and complex issues than a simple handout, and EWB recognizes that. So this is why I work for them. This is why I'm passionate about them, because people like Yusuf, millions of people like Yusuf, are trying every day to make sure that them and their families can do better. So just to kind of bring it back, I graduate from university this year, and I'm going to be 22. Yusuf, who is 27, is still trying to get through high school. So I heard from Yusuf 2 months ago, and he told me that he had finally passed his exam, and that now he is saving up for his post-secondary. So he's going to do it. And it's from that I draw my passion. And it's because of that, and it's because of our work with institutions that are working with people like Yusuf to allow them to do better, that I want you to invest in Engineers Without Borders. I want you to invest in us and allow us to do the work we do. So please, donate to my campaign, this year. The link is on the bottom of your screen, and I look forward to your donation and have a fantastic holiday season. Thank you.